My name is Bridget O'Keefe, and I'm a professor of history at Brooklyn College. To understand why Putin launched this war in Ukraine, we need to understand Vladimir Putin's worldview. And to understand Vladimir Putin's worldview, we need to understand how he understands the loss of Russian strength and superpower that came with the demise of the Soviet Union in 1991. Putin calls the collapse of the Soviet Union the greatest geopolitical catastrophe of the 20th century. And he understands his purpose in world history and in Russian history as being the man who's going to reassert and recalibrate geopolitics, to reassert Russian might and Russian superpower status. When Putin claims that Ukraine is not a legitimate independent nation state, what he's expressing is not historical reality or historical fact. What he's articulating is his own worldview and his own imperialist mission to rejoin Ukraine to the Russian state. What Putin overlooks, what Putin willfully denies, is that the Ukrainian people have their own agency, their own historical agency, and their own historical will. And over the last 30 years, and especially over the last 4 weeks, we have watched as ordinary Ukrainians have been demonstrated extraordinary commitment to defending and protecting and to maintaining their own independent, sovereign Ukrainian nation state. It's an important question, right? And I think it's a question that's on everyone's mind these days. Have we entered into a new Cold War era? I think, though, from a historical perspective, it's important to say that perhaps the Cold War era never actually came to an end in the first place. And especially if we consider Putin's worldview, right? In Putin's mind, he has effectively been at war with the United States and this larger conglomerate of kind of antagonists of Russian greatness that he calls the Empire of Lies for several decades now. So from Putin's perspective, he has been at war already for decades with a West led by the United States, a West that he regards as malevolent, malign, hypocritical, corrupt, and an obstacle on his path to reasserting Russia's superpower.